Hello everyone and welcome to my guide on how to shoot slow motion video with your DSLR. Now before I begin, I would like to state that this guide is intended for beginners who have no idea on how to pull off slow motion video with a DSLR. So this is going to be a step-by-step guide on how basic 60 FPS into 24 FPS slow motion is going to be done on a DSLR. Now first of all, to be able to shoot in slow motion, you will want to start by setting your recording format to 60 FPS. So here we are. Now if you're shooting in PAL format, let me just look it up. Alright, so if you're shooting in PAL format, you will only get access to 50 FPS. So if you want 60 FPS, you will have to shoot in NTSC format, which is a 10 frame difference. So I highly recommend NTSC format. So on most Canon DSLRs, 60 FPS is only limited to 720p, so it's a slightly lower resolution version of HD. Whereas some other cameras, they do have 1080p 60 FPS, but it's very uncommon. So after that, you want to shoot your subject. So it's up to you. You can choose to use a higher shutter speed to decrease the motion blur if intended. So basically, you just point your camera and shoot. Take a video of whatever you want to shoot. And here's how the footage looks like without slowing it down. Now this was shot in 60 FPS, but unfortunately you can't really see 60 FPS on YouTube because YouTube simply doesn't support 60 FPS. But basically here it is what it looks like when it's played back in real time. Alright, so now we're gonna slow down this video into a so-called slow motion video. But first I'll start by explaining how slow motion actually works. So basically how slow motion works is you shoot the video in 60 FPS and then you play it back at 24 FPS. So for example, I'll shoot 1 second of video in 60 FPS and to play back that 1 second of video in 24 FPS without missing any frames, it would actually take me 2.5 seconds to play all the 60 frames because it can only play 24 frames in 1 second consecutively. So basically, it's safe to say it's 2.5 times slower or at 40% speed. So how do you turn that 60 FPS video into a slowed down 24 FPS video? So all you have to do is shoot the video and then you import it into Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro, that's what I use. I'm using the CS6 version. After that, in the projects panel, you just right click on that clip and then you select Modify, Interpret Footage. Now under Assume Frame Rate, select 24 FPS, or you can choose any other frame rate. As long as it's under 60 FPS, it will work depending on your project's frame rate. But if it's more than 24 FPS, it wouldn't be as slowed down as 24 FPS. So now when you play back your footage, it will be stretched into slow motion, a very smooth slow motion. So it's that simple. So do note that on most DSLRs, 60 FPS is the maximum frame rate, and that speed is as far as you can get. If you want to further slow down your footage, it won't be possible on your DSLR to do so. So if you're looking for those super extreme slow-mo shots that you see in movies, TV and some YouTube videos, those were shot with special cameras like the Red Epic or Phantom Flex, which support much higher frame rates. So now this can be faked though, using Adobe After Effects plugin called Twixtor, but basically what it does is it just warps your image and fills in fake frames in between. So no real actual slow motion happening here. So again, thanks for staying with me. If you have any more questions, please post them in the comment section below. And this has been my guide on how to shoot slow motion video with your DSLR. So please like the video if you like the video and subscribe to my channel for more videos. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.